Om Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amrutangamaya Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om. O Lord, please lead us from unreal to the reality, from ignorance to the knowledge, and from death to immortality. Om, peace, peace, peace. Dear devotees, today we are having an interesting topic: 5 best means of realization. So, these ideas, as you all know, it is based on Paramartha Prasanga, that is, the English translation of the book is Towards the Goal Supreme. It is penned by Swami Virajananda. He was the, fifth president of the Ramakrishna order, and he was known as the knower of the Brahman. He had an experienced, self-realized person. So he has given a practical tidbits, practical suggestions to mend one's life. For example, if we think how to control mind, how to progress in our spiritual life, how to sublimate our desires, all these things, there are very practical hints, practical suggestions, and it is available hard copy and soft copy also. If anyone is interested, please, we should go through about it. During my maybe school days as a young student, I had studied or had read this Kannada version of this book, and had created a tremendous impact on my mind to do meditation or to pursue spiritual path. Now, the Swamiji gives 5 for as a means of realization. What is this 5 S? The 5 S are represents one is Seva, the service or selfless service. The second is Swadhyaya. Swadhyaya means it is study of scriptures. The third is Sadhana, spiritual practice. The fourth is Samyama, control of the mind, sense organs, restraining basically. And the fifth is Sathya, truth. Now, before going to this, let us try to understand what is realization. So, realization is not a theory, rather, it is a matter of experience. That's where in one of the lecture, Swami Vivekananda beautifully says that don't seek the Lord, see the Lord. Don't seek the Lord, see the Lord. What does it mean? Experience the Lord. That's what he learned from his teacher, Sri Ramakrishna, that God can be experienced. He's not a theory. It's just like it is not that we can, it is not a matter for imagination, subject for imagination. It is a matter of experience. It is a matter for experience. It can be experienced. So the realization is also a matter of experience. Well, from the bhakti point of view, we can say God realization. We can experience the God. You can see, physically, we can see a person we see physically, and we can experience his presence. From the point of knowledge, from the Gnana Yoga point of view, it is self-knowledge. Experiencing that I am that Brahman, I am the self, I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am not the intellect, and I am not the pseudo ego, so called individuality, or whatnot. I am the self and none of them. So, whoever is listening to many of the monks' lectures and studied some scriptures, by this time we will be knowing this theory that yes, I am the self and not the body and mind, but it has not become the matter of fact or matter of experience. So, realization is the matter of experience. Either you experience God, Supreme Self, or experience the Self or Atman. For that, Swamiji is giving, that is Swami Virajananda is telling that 5S is the means. Now, for the first means, let us try to understand, that is service, Seva. Now, this word service itself has taken a different shades of meaning in the present context or in the present world. For example, oh, I am ready. Long back, 15 years before, when I was in India, someone came with a what do you say, request that we are ready to offer our services. I said, fine, thank you. What service you are going to offer? Then they said, Swami, we are ready to offer our medical services. Then I was very happy because I was in working in office then. Then we had a small dispensary where everyday free treatment we used to give for, needy people, poor people. Then I thought, okay, these people can be best help for us, best support. Then I asked them, okay, what service you are going to give in the medical field? They said, we are ready to give, especially in many fields we are there, but especially we are good at eye. So we can do eye screening, cataract operations, or any other problems with eye, we can do it. Then I said, eye problem is a very big problem for all of us. Eye problem and eye, capital eye problem. So I said, fine, thank you, and all. Then we had a good discussion and all. And finally, they said, Swamiji, these are the charges. Then I said, wait, you said service, and now you are saying these are the charges. Yes, Swamiji, these are our charges. So for one operation, for one patient, one operation, these are the charges they gave. Then I was thinking, because till then service means it is a free service. That's how we were, probably I was exposed to. Now he's telling he's giving service, he's extending his service, but he's charging maybe less money or less price compared to market price. Then I understood, okay, the word service has got different connotation or denotation, etc. So like this, the service has got a different shades of meaning in the present day. Oh, I am offer my service. Why? Because I do door delivery service. But you have to pay for me. So here service, what type of service? Here we are, the Swami Virajananda is saying, service is selfless service or unselfish service. And why we have to do this service? Because service is a way of life. That's what we can see in the Vedas. The Vedic religion, the Vedas had told for every human being, he has to do 5 types of sacrifice, pancha yagnas. Yagnas means, again, it is not a ritualistic sacrifice, it is helping the people, helping animals, helping people, helping society, helping oneself, and helping the family. By this, there was a beautiful equilibrium, there's a beautiful synthesis. That was the Vedic view of the life, that is pancha yagna. Now, according to the Upanishads or the Vedanta, service is a way of life. And Upanishad says, serve with the heart, but not with the head. What a beautiful statement. Serve with the heart, but not with the head. What does it mean? The compassion, mercy, karunya, daya, anukampa, all the Sanskrit words, is all the emotions, the place is what heart. We should feel for people. Swami Vivekananda says time and again, feel for the people, feel for the oppressed, feel for the needy people, feel for the destitutes. Whatever is possible, you try to help them. That is your prime duty, and that is the real worship, Swami Vivekananda says. So here also service means unselfish work. Whatever is possible, we should extend our helping hand. Now, so we have to help others. We have to help animals, we have to help human beings, or old people, or poor people, or whatnot. Now, the question may come, because utilitarian philosophy has taken much of the society's thinking now. So, what is the use by serving others? So, this, if you think, it is a duty of every human being or of every being serving others, helping others. Why? See, I am living here, fine, I'm working and I'm earning money and I'm living, that's maybe there, but the whole cosmos, the whole universe, and everyone is directly or indirectly contributing to my existence. That's where I'm living. So, as a token of gratitude, as a token of respect, as a token of duty, I have to serve others. I have to help others. I have to extend my helping hand for others. It is a duty as being a human being. Now, Swami Vivekananda, based on his master's teachings, he gives a beautiful, very different approach actually for this. He says that service is not only helping, or it is because out of compassion, out of mercy, we are all doing fine. But instead of that, let us take service as a worship of the God, worship of the living God. These ideas he has beautifully has spoken in his lectures on real worship. So that in Sanskrit it can be said like Shivagnane Jiva Seva. I am serving or I am helping the people or I am helping the animals. I am helping the birds. Why? Because God exists in everywhere. God exists in every being. So they are the representation of the living gods. By helping the people, by helping the being, I am worshipping the living God. So service has been raised to the level of worship. Just you go to church, in church you attend the mass, you do some prayers and etc. Or you go to some mosque and you do namaz. Or you go to temple, you offer some sandal paste and flowers and maybe wave the incense sticks and wave the lamp, all these things, ritualistic worship. So apart from that, by helping others, what is Swami Vivekananda is saying that it is a real worship and it is the highest form of worship. By doing this, what happens? It helps to reduce our selfishness. I, me, mine. So this is the bondage which we have created ourselves. This is a shell we have created ourselves. So that has to be broken. And instead of I, it should be we. Instead of me, it should be our or ours. So how we can expand our ego, how we can from individual to how we can become universal, which we can see in Buddha, in Jesus Christ, in all the great saints, by doing a service. By doing service, one can reduce their selfishness and one can increase their unselfishness. Why? Because service is nothing but the love in the action. Putting the love or transferring or translating the love into action is what service. And love does not demand actually. Love doesn't know any demand actually. Oh, because I'm helping you, you should help me. Because I'm helping you, you should be grateful to me. I'm helping you, so you should respect me. No, if that is there is no barter system in love. So service includes love. That means I don't expect anything. Just I do for God's sake or to please the God or just for as a part of humanity, as a part of worship. Then I only know to give. I don't demand anything. That is the highest form of worship. So when and apart from that, in Bhagavad Gita, Shri Krishna tells very beautifully, Svalpa mapyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. By doing even small little work, small little good work, it helps me from saving. I mean, it helps me in saving from the great dangers. Now, I have helped someone. Small help I have done unselfishly. So when I was in distress, when I was in stress, when I was in some problem, it helps me. It saves me. There are so many stories in the Puranas and in the Ramayana, Mahabharata. By helping little, it has saved a lot of people. That is the reason, even from the utilitarian point of view, if you are doing service, then you will get merit. That is called punya. That is the luck, good results that will save you from lot of dangers. And this service can be in many types actually. It is not only the physical service or physical action is not only service. For example, we are praying. In Rigveda, we see the so many mantras. There are universal mantras, universal prayers where the he prays for everyone. Let everyone be happy. Let everyone be healthy. Let everyone be wealthy. Let everyone be cheerful. Let everyone be free from disease, anxiety, and hunger, thirst, and whatnot. So intensely, sincerely praying for the welfare of every being is also can be the greatest prayer. Now there is a war happening between Russia and Ukraine, or Iran and Israel. So we can all pray that let the war end and let the people live happily. So the mental prayer, strong thoughts sending to the cosmos is also can be prayer. Now someone is in stress, someone has got really problem, so they want to open themselves. So just listening to them and listening to their worries, listening to their sorrows, listening to their emotional perturbations, even that also can be sorrow. I mean, that also can be a service. I mean, emotional support. And apart from that, for example, if someone is necessity of food, clothes, shelter, and etc., doing service is also the service. And the other service Swami Vivekananda says in Karma Yoga, the service of knowledge, sharing the knowledge with others, either secular knowledge or spiritual knowledge, whatever we have got. Sharing the knowledge is also the highest service, Swami Vivekananda has said. There's a very interesting story in Swami Vivekananda's life. Swami Vivekananda, when he went to West, in Chicago, Chicago, we know Chicago's Parliament of Religions. Afterwards, he became very famous. A lot of, so-called celebrities or industrialists, all the big people or the famous people were trying to come and visit Swami Vivekananda. One day, John D. Rockefeller also came to visit Swami Vivekananda. So this Rockefeller is a millionaire. So he was known in America. So he was a very successful person. Because of his success, naturally he had his own pride, and he had some ego also. And wherever he went, the red carpet was laid to welcome him, and a lot of respect and pomp and show was exhibited to welcome him because of his money and because of his wealth. Whereas when Rockefeller, when he came to see Swami Vivekananda, even he didn't raise his head, and just he was doing his some work. So it was a great blow, death blow to his Rockefeller's ego. Of course, Swami Vivekananda he was doing intentionally. It was not any wrong behavior or whatever. He had his own intention. He had his own reasons. It was a death blow for Rockefeller's ego. Then Rockefeller thought, what is this? Then he made some signs and all. Afterwards, he says, "Oh, I, Rockefeller, the business millionaire of the America, have come to see Swami." Swami Vivekananda says, "Fine. What is for me? I am a monk. I don't need even a penny. So, what is for me if you are a millionaire?" But even this answer was also Rockefeller didn't expect. It created a lot of disturbance, lot of confusion in Rockefeller. It was a first experience for him. Then finally, after much thinking, Rockefeller says, "Okay, you tell me, by doing what you will talk with me?" So finally, he comes with that question. Swami Vivekananda says, "The money, whatever you have got, fine. It has been given by the God. Have you given back to the God? Means, have you served? Have you given some part of the money to the society as a part of service?" Rockefeller said, "No." "Then you don't come, then I shall talk with you." Then Rockefeller goes back, and he creates his own foundation. There, so many million of dollars was pumped. Even today, also Rockefeller Foundation is there existing in America. So a few $1 million he had put there, and afterwards he comes and said, "Swami, as you told, I have created a foundation. Million of euros are pumped there. So now you should be grateful to me and you should talk with me." Then Swami Vivekananda says, "No, you should be thankful to me." Again, Rockefeller takes aback and he says, "What?" "Because I gave you the idea to do this." And on the lighter side, he said, afterwards, he said, "Look, it is the giver who is blessed, it is not the receiver who is blessed." Generally, when we say, okay, I've given 100 euros, $100 for him, he should be grateful to me, and I am great, so great. That's what we think actually. And Swami Vivekananda says, no, because some receiver was there, that's where I got the post of giver. So I should be feeling blessed, and I should feel grateful to the person who received the money. So this is the attitude. If you can serve, then that will become worship according to Swami Vivekananda. So through the service, it is a way of life. Through this service, one can reach the God. One can attain immortality. One can attain self-knowledge. That is what one of the biggest contribution of Swami Vivekananda in the present day. By practicing service, by implementing service, what happens? It is self-abnegation or unselfishness is achieved. Then that is what the self-realization Swami Vivekananda has discussed in Karma Yoga detail. I think we have discussed. And how this happens, there's again one more interesting story of a monk. This monk was living in one of the branch of Ramakrishna Mutt in India, that is a Kashi or Varanasi. If you go to today also even Varanasi, there is a hospital, and there's a indoor and also outdoor hospital, outdoor services. A lot of people every day they come, few hundreds, and free service it is given, are very minimal amount like €5, 5 rupees, 10 rupees, 20 rupees, 30 rupees, not even 10% of the amount we take outside, whatever the prices. No, there was one monk. His pre-monastic name was Ban Bihari Maharaj. Ban Bihari. He was not very well read or whatever. He was a monk, basically. He practiced Swami Vivekananda's idea of service. What did he do? Maybe it goes like 70, 80 years back, probably. In those days, our ashrama was very poor in economical condition, most of the places. So we didn't have much workers. We had to do all the physical works ourselves. So he used to, from morning to evening, in outdoor patients, whoever comes with any like any pus formation or a septic or any wound, so he used to clean with the spirit and he used to put the medicine whatever is supposed to put, and he used to beautifully dress. He used to dress the wound or whatever, and he used to do from morning to evening same work, nothing else, no. And he did for a few decades. And he, because he was from morning to evening he was standing and he was doing this bandage or whatever this work slowly. Then when he was old, maybe 70 plus and all, afterwards he had a very severe knee pains and leg problems, and he was unable to walk, and he was using a wheelchair. But now you see, he didn't go for lecture or to give sermons, or he was not a very great Pandit, scholar, but just morning and evening he used to do contemplation. And apart from that, morning to evening, just he was doing this service. So because of that, what happened? There was an inner transformation in him. When the people come and just they chat with him, just 5 words or 5 sentences, that may be very worldly talk, even not of spiritual or anything, but people used to feel blessed. People used to feel so much tranquility or calmness, peace of mind. And apart from that, there was a magical power in him. So the people, the patients, and the Varanasi people used to say that he's a living Shiva or he's a moving Shiva. Means the Shiva has come in his form and is treating us so that we are feeling happy, we are feeling bliss, peace. And not only that, I mean, any other person used to do the same work, probably used to put the same spirit and the same medicine and the same way of dressing. But when this particular monk, when he used to dress, in no time, miraculously sometimes even, it used to, even such a very deep wounds or whatever, even everything used to get healed, it seems. So yeah, basically, his hand had a very miraculous power. People started feeling and experiencing, and they used to respect him, saying that he is a moving Shiva or living Shiva. The Shiva is living in this form of Ban Bihari Maharaj. Now you see, he didn't go anywhere. He was not a celebrity, or he didn't know anything. Just he did the service in a right attitude. As a result, he was an experienced person. And also a novice or a brahmachari asked, Maharaj, you are doing, why are you doing, in what sense you are, in what attitude you are doing this worship? He said, whenever any patient comes, I think that God has come in this form and I am doing the God service, and I am worshipping the God. So, what is my articles for worship? Bandage, spirit, or some medicine, some ointment. These are the articles for worship, and I am worshipping the God through every patient. It is called Virat Puja, worshipping the God in the universal form. So he was doing that. As a result, slowly, his mind got cleansed. His mind got purified. Selfishness went away and selflessness crept in. Then what happened? He was the knower of the self, and he was experiencing the God in every being, in every creature. And not only that, the people, whoever used to come into his contact, and they used to experience that bliss, supreme bliss. So that is the greatness of the service. Like this, I can give so many examples of the monks in our order. And Bhartrihari, a great person, he also says that human body is adorned not by anointing with sandal paste, but by serving others. Now, we can put so many jewelries, we can put so many beautiful dress, and we can beautify our body. That is not the real beautification. The real beautification is what? By serving others. And there's an interesting thing also. Veda Vyasa, who wrote 18 Puranas. Every Purana goes few thousands of slokas, 18 Puranas, few books. It will be a mini library. Now he wrote 18 Puranas. Why? Because Vedas are difficult to read, difficult to understand for common people. So the Vedic philosophy has been explained in a simple way by using the anecdotes or stories of great people. Now that was simple in those days. Now that also has become very difficult for us. We need translations. I mean, everyone cannot read it. I know that. So probably in those days, someone would have understood our problem. He said, "Sir, revered sir, we can't read and understand these 18 Puranas. So is there any shortcut method?" Then Vedavasa asked, okay, what do you mean by shortcut method? Yeah, excuse me. That is okay. Please. Yeah, sorry. Is there any shortcut method? What what do you mean by that? Yeah, Vedavasa asked. No, is there any shortcut method to understand the essence of the 18 Puranas? Then Vedavasa understood and he laughed and he said, yes, I can tell you. Okay, I will tell you in half shloka. In every Purana, there are few thousands of slokas. Few thousands of slokas. So I will tell the essence, quintessence of the 18 Puranas in half shloka, not even one shloka. Half shloka means one line. What is that? Shlokardena pravakshami yaduktam grantha kotibihi. Let Shlokardena pravakshami. I shall say the quintessence of the Puranas in the half line or half shloka. Yaduktam grantha kotibihi, which is capable of or which has been explained in few hundreds of books or scriptures. What is that? Second line, paropakara punyaya papaya parapidanam. What is the good thing? What is the rightful thing? Is helping others. Helping others, serving others is a good action, and troubling others is a wrong action or bad action. This is what the essence of the hundreds of books. So helping others, serving others, it is our duty, and it is the highest form of worship. So I think as much as possible, every one of us has to induce or include or think about this serving, and we have to introduce or we have to inculcate this value. And as much as possible, we have to do this service. And one more interesting anecdote which reminds me now. There is a called Babar Ali. Babar Ali comes from Bengal, West Bengal, the eastern part of India in the West Bengal. So he was a fan of Swami Vivekananda. And at the age of, class 4 or class 5, just 10, 11 years, he heard two Swami Vivekananda statements. One is, strength is life, weakness is death. They alone live who live for others, rest are dead more than alive. These are the two teachings of Swami Vivekananda which inspired this Babar Ali. Strength is life, weakness is death. Fine. So I should be strength, I should be strong, and I should not be weak. Fine. They alone live who live for others. Rest are dead more than alive. Means basically we should have be unselfish. That is the real living. Now imagine he is from the rural background, country. He himself is studying in a government school, and his parents are not well to do. Very common background he has come. Now, when he heard this statement from a monk, he took it to his heart and he thought, now Swamiji is saying that one should live for others. Now, let me also live for others. Now, at the age of 10 or 11 years, a boy wants to do some service for the society and he wishes to live for others. What he can do? When we ask, definitely we say, no, Swamiji, that is too early to decide. He cannot do. His aspirations are good. So probably he let him study and let him, shape his personality. So then when he grows up or when he become earning person, he can do some contribution. That's what we all think. But this fellow didn't leave it. He thought seriously, what can I do? What can I do? What can I do? What can I do? How can I serve the society? Then he thought, he remembered, okay, now I am 4th or 5th standard student. That means first, second, third standard syllabus, I know already. So because it is also a village, there is no proper, education, many places and all. So let me teach whatever I know, maybe English or science or Bengali or maths, whatever I know, let me teach for my juniors or the youngsters. And he didn't have any backboard also. Even so, there were in the outskirts of his village, there was a flyover. Below the flyover, there was a wall. He made the wall as a blackboard. Just he made a wall, public wall as a blackboard. And he called 2, 3 the youngsters or juniors who were young boys who were near his house. And he called them and he started teaching them. And his teaching was good for first or second or third standard boys and girls, and it became very nice, and people started getting attracted, and slowly students got increased. Then I think in some newspaper it was published, someone got published, then people got People's attention was pulled there, and people some helped. Then he was one of the youngest headmaster in the whole world. Just he had not even he had finished class 9 or class 10, or here class 4 or class 5, they say secondary leaving certificate basically. Before that itself, he was the headmaster of a school. Just at the age of 15 or 16 years, before that, he was a headmaster of a school, and today also is running a school where around 300 to 500 children are getting a free education, all from rural background, from the poor children. Now you see, at the age of 9 or 10 years, he thought, he got inspired by some Swami Vivekananda's teachings, and he said, "Let me give back something to society." Because Swami Vivekananda said, now he became the youngest headmaster in the age of 15 or 16, and so many prizes, so many awards have come today. Apart from that, he feels, I met him, no doubt, he feels so happy, he feels so contented, and he's so humble because of his service to the society. So when you do service, unselfishness creeps in. It helps us for our life, no doubt, and lot of contentment, lot of peace, many things comes into picture. And my Gurudev, my teacher, used to say that is the way we can create the enlightened society. What is that enlightened society is created by who? How? By enlightened citizenship. How? Who is enlightened citizen? One who is aware of his fundamental rights, and one who is aware of fundamental duties also. Both should go hand in hand. So I should be proper, I should be sincere, and at the same time I should help others also. Many ethical living and rightful living and feeling for others. All these things can be discussed, and we can discuss few other things. Then we shall go to the second yes. The second yes is Swadhyaya, Swadhyaya. Swa means self, Adhyaya means study. Generally, the meaning, accepted meaning is what? Study of the scriptures. Scriptures means doesn't mean only Vedas or Upanishads or any Purana or any even Bible or Quran or Guru Granth Sahib or any book which helps us to come up in our life, to progress in our life, can be classified under this Swadhyaya or in the scriptures. And apart from that, if you know Sanskrit bit and if you go deeply, you will understand Swa is what? Self, Adhyaya means study. So, study of one's own self. Study of one's own self. What does it mean? Means I have to study about myself. So this can be understood from 2 3 angles. One is from the philosophical angle, from the spiritual point of view. Let me try to understand who am I. Even Socrates also says that know thyself. That is the greatest, one of his greatest statement by Socrates or Aristotle. So Upanishads also says, Ham Brahmasmi, I am that Brahman. We are supposed to understand, I am that Brahman. So understand and experience. That is also one self-study. The other is, who am I? Also from from psychological aspect, one should understand what is my strength and what is my weakness. Every one of us, we have got our own traits, we have got our own signature, we have got our own personality. And this personality includes our own traits, our own character, our own strength and weakness. This is very important for us, every one of us, to understand. Say, for example, when some devotees or people come to Swamiji, I've got one problem. What is that? I have a short temper. And when I get angry, I scold people, I don't care, etc., etc. They will be keep on explaining. I say, see, that is not your achievement. That is your weakness. You have to come over. You have to get over it. So please don't try to visualize it, or you don't try to blot it and unnecessarily don't think that it is your strength. It is your weakness actually. So understand that there is a short temper. Yes, you understand. Not only after understanding is the first step. The second thing is accept it. Yes, I have got a problem. I have got a weakness. I have got a limitation called short temper. The second is, first is understanding, second is accepting. Big progress will happen. The third is, we should decide consciously that I should get over from this problem. I should get over from this limitation. Then the third is deciding. The fourth is putting into practice. So similarly, one of we may have got some strengths also. For example, I am a very good organizer. I'm good, very speaker. I'm a very good painter, and I can talk with people and I can get convinced easily. I can get convince people and I can get things done. So that is one. I mean, it can be a capacity for someone. And someone, I'm a very good listener, Swamiji. Yes, that also can be service for the people we already discussed. So, like this, every one of us, we have got our own strengths and we have got our own weakness. So we have to understand both, and we have to, if whatever strength is there, we have to understand, and we have to keep on increasing it. And whatever the weakness, whatever the limitations we have got, we have to understand, and we have to keep on reducing it. By this, one can progress in life, either in the materialistic life or in the spiritual life. Say, for an example, some of us, we can get easily at the early morning, but late night is not possible. For others, late night is possible, early morning is not possible. So, which is good, what is bad, it is again debatable. So, understanding that again, so we have to organize our timetable, organize our life, organize our work, and etc. And also, for an example, I mean, I'm basically emotional personality. My emotions are very strong. For anything, small thing, I get emotive. Yes, it is a strength. Emotions are the greatest strength for all of us. But that has to be channelized in a proper way. That has to be channelized in a productive way. That has to be channelized in a constructive way. Then what happens? From that, I will progress and I can be a contributor personality. If not, the emotions can drain out our energy. It can bring a lot of problems for us. So self study means knowing oneself means one is I am that self, and apart from psychological angle, knowing one's strength and knowing the weakness, we have to shape our personality. And this knowledge actually helps the human being to get out from the problems. So that's why self study is very important. Knowledge helps human being when I'm in a distress, when I'm in a problem. Say, for an example, we can say that now, I mean, the life is full of dualities. Sometimes I'm happy, sometimes I'm unhappy. Sometimes there are situations are favorable, sometimes the situations are unfavorable. Sometimes I'm experiencing profit, I'm experiencing all the positivity in my actions, in my life, and sometimes everything can be negative. So these type of dualities, it keeps on coming and going. So we get stressed. Now, say for an example, when you are stressed and you are so much got covered by your ideas, by your emotions, by your feelings, by your problems, what to do? So there's a beautiful sloka in Bhagavad Gita. So by studying Bhagavad Gita, what can happen, for example? In the second chapter in Bhagavad Gita, they say, Matra sparshastu kaunteya shitoshna sukha dukkadaha agamapaino nitya tanti tikshasva bharata. Hey Bharata, O Arjuna, Matra sparshast kaunteya. Hey Kaunteya, O Arjuna, Matra sparshast. When the senses come into contact with sense objects, Shita Ushna Sukha Dukkha Daha. Shita Ushna, heat and cold, then Sukha and Dukkha, happiness and misery, Daha, etc. Agama Apaina. They come. We all know that they come, we know that, but they also go away, we forget. That's where we get into problem. Many of the, oh, Swamiji, I've got so many problems. We have got a lot of problems. Fine. If we have got a lot of problems, problems have come for us, no doubt, but that will also go away. It doesn't stray. Agama apainha. It comes and it goes. Anityaha. It is not eternal. Tan, therefore, titikshasva. Forbear. Now, forbearance can be done because of helplessness. I don't have any other go. Because of the helplessness, I have to bear, I have to forbear. That's the one option. The other is, yes, these things are coming and going, coming and going. It is a nature, it is a cosmic law. So I need not to boggle my head. When there are problems, let me handle it. When there are favorable circumstances, that's fine. Let me use it and let me go further, or let me go travel further, or let me progress faster. So let go things. As Buddha says, this too shall pass. This is one of the greatest statement for all of us. So when we study scriptures, what happens? That's what we can learn a lot. And one more thing is, who is a real friend and who is a real enemy for all of us? When I ask, you will give a list. Okay, these are my real friends, close friends, Swamiji, from my young days or childhood days. These are friends. I mean, they've helped me a lot, etc. We can explain. At the same time, we may say one or two or five. Oh, these are real enemies. Because of this, I had a lot of problems in my life, student life, or because of him, I lost my job. Because of her, I lost my what do you say, promotion. Like that, we can give a so many list of the people, or at least few people in the list. The Bhagavad Gita says beautifully again, who is a real friend and who is a real enemy for myself or of everyone. He says that I am the real friend of myself and I am the real enemy of myself. It's something interesting, or something it is very strange also. How? So he says very clearly, I mean, Krishna to Arjuna, that one whose mind is under their control, then he's a real friend of himself. One whose mind is not in his control is the real enemy of himself. So this is, see, again, great statement. If the mind is under your control, whatever you decide, if you are able to do that, then you are the real friend of yourself. No one can play with you. No one can really stop you. It may be there, but it is a temporary. When your mind is not under your control, you are supposed to be the master of your mind, but unfortunately, I am the slave of my mind. Then the mind is real enemy of myself. Then I will have a lot of problems, lot of obstructions, lot of failures. So this type of beautiful ideas, great ideas, we can see in the scriptures. So that's why in the Taittiriya Upanishad, which is a part of Veda, say Swadhyaya pravachanabhyam na pramatitavya. One is study and sharing the knowledge. Studying and acquiring the knowledge and sharing the knowledge, both should go hand in hand. I mean, both are given as a duty from the scriptures. So I should acquire the knowledge, and that should not be with myself. I should also share the knowledge. By sharing the knowledge, my knowledge also gets increased. Many times people say that, oh, if I share the knowledge, what happens? Oh, I may get competitors. He may take away, she may take away, we feel that. But the Vedanta says that sharing the knowledge is very essential. Of course, that doesn't mean that when you are working in a company, there is something company says that these are the information you are not supposed to share with public or share with anything. So there we should not use this logic. So we have to be careful enough like that. So sharing the knowledge is general knowledge, or the helping, or the basic ideas and basic tactics or whatever. Then the third is what? Practice. Spiritual practice or sadhana. Sadhana is, you can say, practice, you can say achievement, you can say, or here contextually, it is spiritual practice. Swami Vivekananda ends his teaching with the word called practice. He says, practice, practice, practice. This is for the end of all the teachings. Why? An ounce of practice is much more greater than thousands of books or libraries. That's what Swami Vivekananda said. And if you see, there's a very interesting story in Mahabharata. Before the Kurukshetra war was supposed to start, Krishna had gone to Hastinapura. That was the capital of the Kaurava dynasty. And he met Duryodhana. As a friendly, and he was a relative also, as a friend, he said, look, Duryodhana, you have got a lot of muscular power, no doubt, and you are good at warfare, no doubt, and you have got a lot of weapons, in fight, fine, and you come from such a beautiful, uh, notable family from the Bharata dynasty, from Kuru dynasty, and your mother is Gandhari, who is known as a chaste wife, Pativrata. Even today, in the seven women's list, your mother name is there one. So, and you have got such a lineage, and you have got such a grandparents, great grandparents, and etc. And why are you doing this? And why are you doing these wrong actions? Why don't you control yourself? It doesn't befit you. It doesn't bring good for you and for your clan or lineage and for the society. So why don't you change yourself? Why don't you control yourself? So as a friend, as a good suggestion, he asked this question, Krishna, to Duryodhana. Duryodhana makes a very pertaining, at least he was sincere at this point of time. Very rarely he was sincere. This was one of the situation where he was very sincere, and he opened his heart. He says, Hey Vasudeva, O Krishna, Janami Dharmam, Nachame Pravrutti, Janami Papam, Nachame Nivrutti. Krishna, even I had been to school, Gurukula. I have learned Vedas, Upanishads, Dharma Shastras, and Rajaniti, all these things. So I have learned ethics. I have learned what is ethics, what is morality, what is right duty, what is wrong duty. Fine. Janami dharmam. I know what is ethics and what is morality. Nachame pravrutti. But what to do? I am not able, I don't feel like doing that, putting them into practice, putting that all the theory or the ideas into practice. Janami papam. I know what is evil. I know what is immorality, immoral. I know what is unethical. I know what is not right. Nachemme nivrutti. But because of my tendency or because of my nature or character or whatever, somehow I'm not able to renounce it. I'm not able to leave the bad actions, bad thoughts, or bad desires or what. What to do? I'm helpless. So most of our cases, this one. All of us, we know what to do, and we also know what not to do. Even if you ask anyone, a thief who was one of the best thief, one of the best burglar, one of the best thief in the world available, if you ask him in the heart of heart, if you ask, did you do right thing? Is it right thing? He will say no. So every one of us, for that you need not sermons, you need not lectures, you need not to study any books. Your own conscience is enough to tell what is right and what is not right, what is wrong and what is right. But unfortunately, we don't have a will, we don't have a conscious effort to put into practice. Whatever is right, let me practice, and whatever is wrong, let me leave it, let me give away, let me not attach to this. So, this right resolution is to happen. That is what Sankalpa in Sanskrit it is called. So, you have to take a right resolution and we have to put into practice. Yeah, practice, Samji, but it is difficult. We may say, yes. I always say, it is difficult, no doubt, but afterwards there is a comma, there is not a full stop. What does it mean? It is difficult, not a stop, it is a comma. Then, but possible. It is difficult, but possible. So, yeah, all good things, all great things are difficult, no doubt, but possible. So, we should not stop at it is difficult. We should continue. We should extend with but possible. So, all these ideas has to be put into practice. That is what called sadhana. So, let us try to discuss other three yes in the next week. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Rama Krishna Arpanamastu.